Um, I expect on a personal level to compete at a really high level. My game feels as good as it's ever been. I want to capitalize on the momentum I finished with last year and the last good couple of months that I had. I feel like I've taken huge steps and accomplished all the goals that I wanted to this summer. And then as a team, we want to make the playoffs this year. We want to be back in the hunt. We want to be, a high-level organization that treats its players right, treats its fans right, and gives the fans of DC something to be really be excited about. So, yeah, we're going to compete, and we're going to be a high energy and exciting team. It's gonna be fun. Well, we did like a team mini camp in LA. As a group of us, probably 3 or 4 days. We'd work out, we'd play pickup, hang out as a team. And that was a lot of fun. Good to kind of bond with the new guys and get to know Tay and DeLon and Will Barton and a bunch of the guys that are new to our roster. But I didn't spend much time outside of that in LA this summer. So as far as like individual stuff or guys kind of doing runs on their own, can't really say much. Yeah, absolutely. It went great. And it wasn't just like me kind of stretching in my apartment back home for 20 minutes before I went to bed. It was everything, conscious effort from how I warmed up to the weight room, and it was definitely a high priority. So I feel really good about that and the steps I've made. But you can't turn into Gumby overnight. So it's still like a work in progress for sure. Yeah, I can put myself in Johnny's shoes for sure. I was a rookie in summer league and super nervous and wanted to impress, and I was just happy to see Johnny kind of loosen up on the court a little bit in LA. He looked like he was playing like the kid we saw at Wisconsin, turn it up, and really happy to see that. He's coming into his own, and I'm really happy for him, and he's going to be really good for us this year, and I'm excited. And anything he needs, I'm an ear, and I'm willing to help because I was in his shoes not long ago. Yeah, kind of. It's twofold. Probably pretty equal. It was you guys saw like the beginning of the year last year struggled and then got better, especially shooting the ball. So I wanted to shore up the consistency, extend my range, and then being able to make really good plays. Putting the ball on the deck, and when guys close out, being able to make them pay. And that's kind of the next step of my game to become a more well-rounded player and more of a danger to opponents. So, and then obviously defensively as well, like being frank, being more effective on that side of the ball, and being a guy that this team can rely on to defend really high-level players in the NBA. It's been a long time coming, and frankly, like I can be in the gym and shooting or in the weight room and doing that for hours and hours, but like I kind of get bored stretching. Right, you just kind of sit there and you're in pain for a little bit and you're not really doing much. So I generally avoided it for a long time, and now I've realized how important it is because it was a limiting part of how I moved on the court. So getting better at that has helped me a ton, and I started to enjoy it a little bit. So that's good. Yeah, being able to there's. Your brain wants your body to move a certain way. The guy that you're guarding is going by you, but your body can't physically do it. That's frustrating, and so I wanted to kind of take away that obstacle and be able to move better. Oh, it's just fun, man. It's fun seeing everybody in the building every day, catching up with guys. The summer went, the time after LA between then and now, kind of seeing how that went, and most importantly, building chemistry on the floor. Everybody's played pickup, everybody's played with everyone, and the energy's high, and the expectations are high too. So it's been really fun, and looking forward to a lot more competition and good times with this team. Yeah, I guess consistency and defense would probably be the top two. Consistency from behind the arc, being able to be a high-level shooter every single night is going to be really important, not only for this year but for my career in general. And then defense too. Be a really effective defender and be someone that this team can rely on. Yeah, well, for me it was like way more the latter, right? Way more off the court. All of a sudden for me, all of a sudden I was a grown man living across the country from everybody that I was close with. So that adjustment was huge, and it definitely had a hand in how I played on the floor. And the more I got comfortable off the floor, the better I played on it. And so, I guess just everybody needs people in their corner to help them out, make them feel more comfortable, especially in a brand new situation, and something as high stress and as high pressure as playing in the league is sometimes. Yeah, you don't want to, overcrowd somebody or force somebody into, being, confiding in you, but just being an ear whenever he needs it. Being a familiar face, it's going to greet him every morning and, with a smile. That went a long way for me last year. So just kind of thinking about the little things that I really appreciated, 365 days ago, that I know he would coming into the league. Yeah, well, we really didn't see much of Will last year. I think he might have been injured for a game or something. We played Denver, but I've heard nothing but great things about him, and everything that I've heard is true from what I've seen him on the floor. He's a great dude. Our locker room is in a really good place. Everyone fits together and gels really well. A bunch of low maintenance guys who just want to hoop. So before we get to see their impact on the floor, their impact in the locker room has been great. So really excited for what we can put together on the floor. Pickup and taking pickup seriously. Getting a chance to guard guys that are quicker, faster, shiftier than you, and really taking that end of the floor personally. And for me, I got really lucky. I was in a situation where I played pickup against a lot of really good players this summer, and guys that I've looked up to for a long time, and vets in the league, and they were number one able to push me to be a better player, but number two give me advice on how to be a better defender too. And part of it's just asking good questions as well. Oh, it was so much different and better. I remember last year, by going into my rookie year, it felt like I was running on fumes a lot of the time. And this year, being able to, number one, step back and take a break and come back, refreshed and ready to go, helped me put in really quality work this summer. And having the kind of freedom to be where I wanted to and work out the way I wanted to become the player that I wanted to be was huge. So I feel really hungry to play again. I miss competing, and I'm excited and eager to play all 82 games this year. And I think it's a really good spot to be in, at least mentally going into year two. It is a long season, and there are so many opportunities and so many chances to make up for time that you feel like you've lost, or you have a bad game, but thankfully you got 68 more to play. When I was in college, when you lose a game, it felt like the sky was falling a little bit. It was a really, really big deal, and you don't want to take any losses lightly here. But what I'm saying is there's just so many opportunities for you to improve and for you to make up ground that you just can't get bogged down in the day to day. You got to see the big picture. And continue to move forward, and I'm going to definitely practice that a lot more this year, and kind of try to be a little bit more level-headed rather than getting caught up in my highs and my lows. Oh, it's great, man. I've known Rui for a long time, and then also 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗢𝗪, who played for our G League team last year, was a 2A guy for a little bit. They were huge. Joel specifically was one of my best friends in college, and having him here and being able to go hang out with him and stuff was a huge part of my adjustment. And Rui was a big part as well. Asking him questions, kind of being able to relate over certain things, watching Gonzaga games together, all of that made moving across the country really easy. Really good. Really, really good. He's had a great offseason. He's strong, he's fast. Yeah, he's going to have a good year. Yeah, well, I spent most of my summer in Phoenix, so a lot of the Suns players, and those are our competitors, but they play for they've had a lot of success on the court over the last couple of years. So Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jamal Murray was in town for a little bit. He's coming back off an injury, and then vets too, guys like Kenneth Faried, Tim Frazier, people who have been in the league and now are no longer, but. Just being able to be in the presence of those guys who have experienced success and see how they go about their business and ask questions was really just as important as playing pickup actually against those guys too.